Our countdown clock right now showing just 7 hours until midnight when the first shutoffs are expected to begin in Northern California. Not everyone who has been put on notice will lose electricity right away, but if you do, people are being told to prepare to go for potentially days without water and power. The numbers are staggering. PG&E planning to turn the lights out to 278,000 customers in 8 counties across the Bay Area, and that includes Sonoma County at the high end with 66,000, Contra Costa with more than 40,000, Santa Clara County with more than 38,000, and parts of Marin County just added to the list this afternoon.
And a lot of folks have been trying to get information about the shutoffs on PG&E's website. They've gotten this message all day long. Now, the utility is apologizing for its website crashing, blaming a high volume of traffic. But we're going to do the best we can to help you get through this. We have a survival guide on our website. We got the very latest information on the power shutoffs once you are able to get on PG&E's website. And meteorologist Mary Lee has taped a guide how to quickly navigate that page to get the information you need.
We have team coverage for you on how to prepare and the fire danger forecast. But let's get you straight to Emily Turner at PG&E headquarters. She has the very latest information. Emily?
Yeah, this is an incredibly far-reaching power shutdown, not just because of the number of customers impacted, but because of the time range. I spoke to a spokesperson just before we went on air, and she told me that, yes, these shutoffs begin just after midnight, but they could potentially be rolling all the way through the night into tomorrow until this entire weather system is over on Thursday. And that doesn't even include how long it takes to get the power back on. As the clock ticks toward a power shutdown, things are ramping up in PG&E's Emergency Operations Center. Meteorologists are closely monitoring wind speeds, wind directions, while fire officials confer over high-risk areas and timing.
This is something that we do not take lightly. We understand how important electricity is to our customers and to the communities, broadly speaking. However, the safety of our customers and the communities that we serve is our most important responsibility.
The official call came just before 2 p.m. today. 800,000 customers will lose power for public safety due to red flag fire conditions. The shutdowns will happen in phases, PG&E says, starting as early as just after midnight. The phase out will begin with the northern counties like Napa and Sonoma. The southern counties follow, PG&E says, as the severe weather conditions dictate, but won't be more specific than that.
We are looking at various components to make our decision, and it includes things like wind speeds, wind gusts, dry weather, fuel that may be a concern.
So far, here's what I've gotten from Nixle alerts as far as shutdowns are concerned. Napa and Sonoma, that's just after midnight. Marin County, another North Bay county, that will happen by 4 a.m. per the Marin County Sheriff's Office. As far as other counties, that's on a rolling basis, again, determined by weather, which, of course, we'll be continuing to monitor right here from PG&E in San Francisco. Emily Turner, back to you.
Now, Darren, all of this is happening because of the severe winds in the forecast. So what can we expect and how are things looking right now?
It's the wind and the big drop in humidity, Veronica, that's going to play a role here. So I want to show you how the winds are going to play out behind me. That's the wind speed now, obviously not an issue. I'm going to advance this to tomorrow morning, and we're going to stop it right there at 9 a.m. Wednesday. By this point in time, the red flag warnings have already gone into effect. Look at the 30-mile-an-hour gusts and the bright reds for the North Bay. But you have to remember, this is just the beginning. Things will calm down a bit for Wednesday afternoon before the main event turns on. And the main event is really Wednesday night through Thursday morning. Watch what happens from Wednesday night at 7 through Thursday at 4 a.m. This is when we're going to hit the strongest of the winds. Those are 40-mile-an-hour gusts in Calistoga, potentially 60-mile-an-hour gusts in the mountains above the valleys. That's the trouble spot right there. And then the wind dies down by late Thursday. But it's not only the wind. Watch how the relative humidity really goes down, and you're actually going to see the dry air sweep all the way out to sea. You see that strong surge of brown that goes off the coast. By Thursday morning, relative humidities in Santa Rosa are at 20%, and remember, that's going to be worse in the mountains. It'll be single-digit relative humidities by the time we get to Thursday morning in the mountains of the North Bay and the East Bay Hills. That red flag warning starts at 5 a.m. tomorrow. Doesn't expire until 5 p.m. on Thursday. Be back with more on our forecast in a bit. For now, guys, back over to you.
We'll stay with you. All right, Darren, thanks. As you might imagine, flashlights, batteries, they are flying off store shelves across the shutoff area. If you haven't stocked up by now, you could be out of luck.
Lanterns are gone, flashlights are just about gone. Batteries we've been filling every 15, 20 minutes, it seems. So it's like we're giving them away. It's just crazy.
The Ace Hardware in Lafayette told us it will have a fresh shipment of flashlights in stock tomorrow if the store is open. Take a look at this display at the Emeryville Home Depot. Those shelves usually stocked with generators, but today they're sold out.
Yeah, stocking up on supplies is step one, but there is a lot more you could and should be doing before those lights go out. KPIX 5's Kit Doe is live in San Jose for us. He has the top 5 things that you need to know right now. Kit?
Yes, so we're live here at Avaya Stadium, where first thing tomorrow morning it will be converted into an emergency operations center where people can come, charge up their devices, plug in their medical devices, get some water, and enjoy the air conditioning. Now, there is a lot of information out there about how to prepare for this shutdown. Here are the top 5. First off, register with PG&E to get alerts. That way, you'll know exactly when your power will go out and come back on. And while you're at it, register with your local county.
But allows us then to personalize the information we need to our residents and businesses in the area.
Next, if you have solar panels, they will not power your house. Only those with a home battery or special inverter can get power from their panels. Stock up on 7 days of food, water, and flashlights and batteries. And if you're still using the old incandescent bulbs, this might be a good time to upgrade. LED lights last much longer. Jim Weeder at Hayward Hardware shows us a hack using a headlamp and jug of water.
It'll burn for at least 10 hours just on the AA batteries that are in here right now. And this can be an instant light.
Also, keep in mind your garage door opener will not work, so you'll need to figure out how to open it manually. And finally, many people will be buying their first generator, so be sure to run it outside or somewhere with good ventilation. Also, place it on a flat surface away from combustible materials. Isabel Duran beat the crowd and just bought her first generator.
You didn't even know that you had to keep these outside.
No, and those are all those new learning curves. I never in my life thought I would have to get a generator. Yeah, and that's why I'm asking all the questions. How safe is it?
And so the Emergency Operations Center here opening up at Avaya at 8 a.m. tomorrow. The city of San Jose has also opened up 3 community centers as a kind of outreach to the citizens. That is Mayfair, Southside, and Camden Community Center all across the city. And we're live in San Jose. Kit Doe, KPIX 5.
I'm Ken Bastida, the live news desk. You, like a lot of people, probably have questions. What services will be available once the power goes out? Like, will BART be running tomorrow morning? Yes, it will. And that's because the transit system has its own power substations. The airports all have backup generators. They'll be open. And so will the toll plazas on all the bridges, so no free rides across the bay. Also, let's take a look at gas pumps. That's a different story. We saw lines snaked around the parking lot at the Concord Costco today. In case the pumps are not working tomorrow, people aren't just filling up their cars, they're also stocking up on fuel for their generators. You can see a guy there filling up a gas can.
I keep the refrigerator going for the food.
There you go. They said maybe 5 to 7 days, possibly.
Then I'll need more gas.
Well, ATMs may also be inoperable during an outage. This all depends on whether the business has a backup system, and you might have a portable charger to keep your phone on, but will it be working? Of course, if you don't have power at your house, no, it won't be charging your phone. Looks like the answer is yes, though, for cell towers. They are protected by backup generators and their own system of batteries. And you shouldn't expect any disruption in your water service. East Bay Mud tells us that it has topped off its reservoirs and has backup equipment to deal with any power outages. Live News Desk, I'm Ken Bastida. Back to you.
Thanks, Ken. Great info. Now, this is the first time a planned power outage will affect a major urban area, and Oakland officials say they will be ready. Police Chief Ann Kirkpatrick says the city canceled all days off for sworn officers, asking them to work to ensure public safety. Now, the fire department has also staffed up. Meantime, Oakland Mayor Libby Schaaf is calling a possible 5-day shutdown, quote, unacceptable.
Again, we expect PG&E to do everything to minimize impact to residents. The idea of 5 days without electricity is devastating, and we fully expect that to be a worst-case scenario.
And the Oakland Unified School District could close 12 schools tomorrow. That would impact about 5,000 students. We are awaiting a final decision from the district. Meantime, San Leandro Unified School District announced all schools in that district will be closed Wednesday because of the shutoff. And the Alum Rock Unified School District in the South Bay closing all schools both Wednesday and Thursday. And we just got word UC Berkeley canceling classes tomorrow, but the campus itself will remain open.
In the South Bay, officials are helping residents prepare for the power shutoff starting tomorrow. PG&E will open a resource center at Avaya Stadium in San Jose from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. for the duration of the shutoff. The center will be providing water, charging stations, and air conditioning, also up-to-date information.
One of the most important messages we're trying to share is that if you see a dark traffic signal, treat it as an always stop. Pay attention to what others are doing at that intersection. The first one to arrive at the stop is the first one to go through the intersection.
Now, to prepare for the shutoff, residents are asked to sign up for alerts from the utility and prepare as they would for a disaster. Governor Gavin Newsom speaking out about the outages today, saying it shouldn't be happening, but PG&E has created the conditions that have forced this decision.
It is a massive inconvenience. No one wants to see this happen, but it is a public safety issue, so we can avoid the occurrences that we've experienced in the last 2 years. No one's satisfied, but we are closely monitored. We have an antiquated system at PG&E that needs to be upgraded. We have been very vocal about that.
The governor added the state has aggressively pushed for a solution to get PG&E out of bankruptcy. This way, they can improve their systems and make it less cumbersome to turn their power grids on and off. KPIX 5 has you covered. We are your survival guide as you navigate these power shutoffs. Tomorrow, you can catch us for an early start to our morning news at 4 a.m.